that was really, really special. And I just really enjoyed the way that he and Rob played off of each other. And I was like, you know what? I just think it would be really fun to release this just so people can see what they had done.
So, hi, I'm Jonathan Bloomberg, writing for movies in Sweden.
Hi, how are you?
Well, I'm doing great now, and I get to speak with you, Matt. I'm a big
Great.
fan.
Oh, thanks so much.
Yeah, I loved what you did with the Batman the movie, um,
Thank you.
and setting the and little did you know that was setting this amazing show up as well.
Yeah, I mean,
So
it was my hope. So, but it's one of those things where you never know whether or not you'll be able to bring something like this into fruition. And now it's happened, and it's very, very exciting.
exactly. And what I kind of liked with your Batman movies, how kind of grounded it felt within this world that we've visited many times before, where it felt more like a superhero movie or something. This
Sure.
almost feels like it could have happened, or it does happen in some
Yeah.
way. And I kind of
Thank
feel
you.
like,
We tried to do exactly that. So thank you.
yeah.
The way that I
And I,
look at it is one of the things that I tried to do when I was trying to figure out how to write the movie and how to create the scenes with him was I was like trying to figure out not even so much how he would be a superhero in the classic sense, but more why would a guy decide it was a good idea to be a vigilante by wearing a cowl and cape and what's that about? And actually
yeah,
was thinking about the Zodiac killer and was that's actually where the idea for the Riddler came about. But that idea was really to look at the idea of what Batman does, which is the idea that to wear an outfit that allows you not only to be anonymous but creates a level of fear, which is part of the conceit of the character, and then to try and tell a world in which that could exist. And I was like, well, that actually happened in the real world, so this could feel very, very real and grounded if we do it in a certain way. And we've tried to do that in such a way that the Oz's show really feels like in a way like it's in the tradition of like great gangster shows, great gangster movies, the idea of digging into a noir story that's really about the dark American dream and about trying to tell the story in that way, but again, very grounded.
yeah. I kind of feel like it's basically like if what if The Sopranos was uh, more cinematic almost,
Uh-huh.
because it kind of has that extra layer of um, like your movie it did. Like everything is shot very nicely and cut
Oh, thank you.
cut
Yeah.
together in a good way. But it does feel like one of those big crime shows.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was absolutely the intention, was to make it a part of that legacy, that history. And that's what felt fresh about doing it, was to take this character and to define him in a way that brings him into that kind of exploration, because those stories are always about the character that's at the center of it. So it's not just about their ambition, but what drives the ambition? Where does that come from? What lengths will they go to get it? And in that way is a very American sort of story. And so I think fit into what, I wanted our sort of Gotham to be.
Yeah. Eh, and having now made the Batman and now been a part of this show as a producer as well, uh, and also knowing that this show would lead into your follow-up movie, how has the show influenced your writing of the movie?
I mean, I sort of let Lauren know where I needed the story to begin, which is, obviously a week after the last movie. I wanted to take advantage of that moment of sort of the power vacuum and the potential violence. And that's one of the things we're talking about at the end of the movie. And then I needed the story to end in a certain way so that it could connect to the next film. And then there were some details as those stories were developing. I was going, oh, well, that'll be interesting because, as Matts and Tomlin and I are writing that movie, this is all going on simultaneously. It's like you have two
Yeah,
jumbo jets in the air, right? You need to be air traffic control. And I'm sort of like going, oh, this thing that Lauren's done with this character, now they've cast this person, I go, that might be interesting for us to draw on. And so there are little subtle ways in which what I'm doing has evolved too. But the thrust of it was to make sure that I kind of gave her these parameters of where I needed it to begin and end so that it could lead into what we were doing as we were building what we were doing. And then little details of what she was doing ended up sort of influencing what we were doing. So the question that you asked is exactly right. There are
yeah.
these ways in which they both inform each other to a degree.
Yeah, and I also wanted to take this opportunity to thank you for releasing that beautiful scene with Barry as the Joker
Oh, thank
after
you.
the because I feel like those things don't always see the light of day, and even though it didn't
Yeah.
made it to this movie, it would have been
And
so
he's such a special actor, and I just
yeah.
we had such a wonderful experience shooting it, and I just felt like he did something that was really, really special, and I just really enjoyed the way that he and Rob played off of each other. And I was like, you know what? I just think it would be really fun to release this just so people can see what they had done.
We and we might hopefully get to see him revisit that role in the
Who
future
knows?
sometime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who
who
knows?
knows?
Yeah.
So thanks a lot for taking your time to speak with me today, and best of luck with this premiere and also with the shooting of
The
the
Batman
Batman
2.
2.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Good talking to you.